Good day to each and everyone. Let's continue our discussion on electrical standard and practices. So, this video, this lecture video, uh, we will be discussing about the International Electrotechnical Commission, or what we call the IEC. Our topic for this lesson is the IEC 6T282, which is the high voltage fuses, the IEC 601-189, or the low frequency cables and wires with PVC insulation and sheets, IEC 6898, the circuit breaker for overcurrent protection in household and similar installations, the IEC 60432, incandescent lamps safety specifications, the IEC 60038, which is the IEC standard voltages, the IEC 683, which is the plugs and socket outlets for domestic and similar general use, the IEC 60229, the electric cable test on extruded insulation and sheet of electric cables, the 60309, which is the plug socket outlets and couplers for industrial purposes, the 60616, the terminal and tapping markings for power transformers, the 60028, international standard of resistance for copper, and the 6005, non-standard current ratings, and the 60196, the IEC standard frequencies. And the electrical cables calculation of the current rating on IEC 60287, the IEC 60598, the luminaires general requirements and tests, the IEC 60909, the current and three-phase AC system, 60269, the low voltage fuses, 60398, the installations of electroheating and electromagnetic processing, general performance test method, 60228, the standard cable, 62305, lightning protection system, the 60304, the standard colors for insulations for low frequency cables and wires, and the 60598, the luminaires, 60364, the low voltage electrical insulations, the IEC 60906, system of plugs and socket outlets for household and similar purposes, the IEC 61537, the cable management, cable tray system, and cable ladder system. So a brief history about the IEC. It was founded on 26 to 27 of June 1906 in London, UK. Ever since, it has made electrical and electronic technology safer, more efficient, and reliable. The International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, is an organization that prepares and publishes international standards for all electrical, electronic, and related technologies. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It is an organization that prepares and publishes international standards for all electrical, electronic, and related technologies. So here are example of high voltage fuses under IEC 60282. And types of fuses, expulsion fuses, the current limiting fuses. Importance of IEC 60282, safety in high voltage systems, consistency and interoperability, protection of electrical equipment, and limiting the impact of faults. So, as we can see sa mga example natin, yung mga fuses under that section 60282. So, makikita natin yan sa mga substations natin, sa mga high voltage. Okay? Places natin. So, protection for equipment, safe in high voltages, and limiting the impact of faults. Under IEC 60189, low-frequency cables and wires with PVC insulation and sheets. It provides guidelines for constructions, dimensions, and mechanical properties of such cables used in electrocommunications, data, and signal transmissions. So, example for this is this one, yung we have here the copper conductor, the PVC insulation, and the PVC sheets. So, makikita natin na yung cable natin is hindi lang siya bare copper na nakikita natin, but we can see PVC insulations and then the PVC sheets natin. So, ayan ay nagpapakita na very safety yung ating mga cables. Yung circuit breakers for overcurrent protection in household and similar installation under that IEC 60898. Ayan. So, symbol of use in residential applications, makikita natin sa ating mga breakers. Okay? So, yung CB natin is we can see the rating of that circuit breaker para alam natin kung ano yung ginagamit natin. So, syempre, kung wala na tayong makikita CB rating sa ating mga circuit breaker, medyo mahihirapan tayo pag ganun. So, under that IEC 60898, dan makikita natin yung mga rating ng ating mga breakers. And another example is, ayan, lahat ng information under that IEC product natin, okay, is makikita natin lahat under that. Kung ano yung kailangan natin is doon. Siyempre, kung magde-design tayo as an electrical engineers, na-design na natin, so kailangan natin ito. So, yan yung hanapin natin, IEC standard, na circuit breaker. So, yan yung pasok sa ating mga designs. Okay? So, yan. Ang kagandahan dito sa ating mga new technology sa mga breakers natin, so under the IEC is andito na yung mga kakailanganin natin. For example, yung model number, class and current rating is andyan na lahat, sinasabi na lahat dyan. Okay? So, yung MCB operation symbols, andyan din. Status, identification, on, off, lahat nandyan na. Yung terminal, and number of poles. Yan na rin, makikita rin natin dyan. Okay? And also, yung kanyang trigger time is pwede natin kunin sa ating mga IEC sa nagbebenta na, for example, yung ano natin is IEC, yung gagamitin natin is yung brand natin is Schneider, so we can have that graph na pwede natin kunin sa kanila para alam natin kung ano yung curve ng ating circuit breaker. So, the importance of IEC 60898 is the overload protection, short circuit protection, household and similar application, and ensuring safety. So, lahat naman ng ating mga standards, hindi lang sa IEC, lahat din ng ibang standard na binasa natin is yan yung importance ng mga circuit breaker na yan. So, ayan. Incandescent lamp and safety specifications. Ito sa atin dito sa yung ginagamit natin is hindi na hindi na incandescent lamp eh. Ang karaniwan ng ginagamit natin is mga LED lamps, mga ganyan na. So, but under the IEC 60432, okay, makikita natin yung specification dito. Okay, so the 60432 is electrical safety, fire prevention, prevention of injuries. So kung kailangan natin ng specification ng ating incandescent lamp is punta lang tayo dun sa IEC number na yun. Ito naman sa switching for household and similar field electrical installation is IEC 60669. And yung mga types of switches natin, toggle switches, rocker switches, yan, push button switches, rotary switches, yan yung mga nakikita natin na example of switches natin. Okay, or dimmer switches natin sa mga bahay kung gusto natin magpalagay. So, yung mga specification is under that IEC number natin. So, important, safety, reliability, interoperability. IEC standard for voltages is under IEC 60038, the standard nominal voltage for electrical system worldwide. So, the importance of IEC is yan, global standardization, safety, interoperability, cost reduction, support for technological development. Standard nominal voltages, the applicability, the frequency consideration, the voltage ranges, and then the tolerance. Ito yung mga key aspects natin pagdating sa mga ganyan. Okay? So, standard voltages for AC and DC systems. And low voltage AC system up to 1000 volt is yung nominal voltage makikita natin dito 100 volts. Description is single phase and common application is sa residential sa Japan. So sinabi kanina na worldwide. So ayun, nasa Japan yan. So 110 to 120 single phase residential doon naman sa North America. Okay? So, 220 to 230, yung kapareho natin, okay? Kasi, under tayo sa Asia. Kaya, andun yung nominal voltage natin, 220 to 230. Yung 400 volt, 3-phase naman is sa mga industrial and large buildings. And yung 600 volts, 3-phase natin is large industrial application naman. So, we can see, pag gumagamit tayo ng IEC standard is yung nominal voltage nito is 220 to 230 is pasok sa atin dito sa ating bansa. Yung medium voltage naman 1 kV to 35 kV, ayan naman yung kaniyang mga nominal voltage, yung description, syempre 3-phase lahat. And yung common application natin dito is for motors, industrial facilities, industrial equipments, urban power distribution, regional distribution networks, and long distance transmission sa under 33 kV 3-phase. Pagdating naman dito sa high voltage AC system natin is above 35 kV na tayo. Andyan naman kung saan tayo, ano yung description nito, and then ano yung applications nito. So, for example, 66 kV tayo yan is high voltage transmission na sa mga regional power distribution na ginagamit yan. 110 kV high voltage. Dito, 330 kV is nasa extra high voltage na yan, long distance transmission. Okay, and 400, 500 kV sa mga major grid transition, super grids long distance, and bulk power transmission. Okay, so sa 765 kV is ultra high voltage or bulk power transmissions. Okay, low voltage DC naman up to 1,500 volts is yung 12 volts up to 250 volts naman tayo. So low voltage DC, so yung application nito is automotive, electronics, industrial control, automation, telecommunication, solar PV, railway signaling, industrial, residential solar system. Yan yung common application ng low voltage DC under sa IEC standards na. Okay? And frequency consideration. Okay? So, yan. Frequency consideration system, common in Europe is 50 Hz system. Common in Europe, Asia, and many other regions. 60 Hz system, common in North America and parts of South America and Japan. Pero dito sa atin is nasa 60 Hz yung frequency natin. Permitted voltage variation, standard allows for voltage deviation of around 10% of depending the system, ensuring that the system can handle fluctuation without causing equipment damages. Yung IEC 60229, yung electric cables test on extruded insulation and shield of electric cables. Test applicable to extruded insulation and sheet materials used in electric cables to verify their mechanical and environmental properties. So different tests, physical properties testing cable, ayan yung ginagawa nila. So tensile strength, okay, yung force applied, tinitignan lahat nila yan. Minimum value depending on material and test method in tensile test machines. Elongation at break, stretch before break. Okay, units is on percent, minimum elongation percentage. Test method is elongation test. Tear strength, resistance to tearing, okay, material, dependent value, and mechanical test. Yan yung different tests for under physical or physical properties testing tables. Okay, ito yung mga machines. Okay, some machines na ginagamit nila for different testing. So yan yung tensile test machines, elongation test machines, and yung mechanical test machines natin. Yung thermal aging test naman is kailangan natin yan to check for the temperature or the thermal aging test, yung thermal aging check test natin, and then yung heat shock test natin. So as we can see, yung durations nito is sa thermal aging is 7 days. Okay, dapat if okay yung tinetest nila is no cracks or deformations. Under heat shock test naman is yung duration lang is 4 hours, so no visible cracks. So yung test methods nila is accelerated aging test and heat chamber. Ito yung mga machine din na ginagamit nila for that testing. Moisture resistance tables naman, ayan, kailangan natin i-test yung mga yan kasi that will cause a problem later on kung hindi natin i-test. So water absorption test, immersion in water, okay, 24 hours, no significant water access, dapat lang, and water immersion test yung tawag natin dyan. Water vapor diffusion test or the humidity exposure, yung duration nito is 30 days, 1 month din, matagal-tagal. So low water absorption rate. Okay, humidity chamber naman yung test method natin dyan. So the different test machines natin for that is ito, water immersion test. Ayan, and then the humidity changer. So under the IEC, dapat pumapasa lahat yung mga natin dyan, ginagamit natin kasi pumapasa lahat sa standard ng IEC. Yan yung ginagamit nila. Okay, so mechanical properties, abrasion resistance, and impact resistance. Ito naman yan. Yung acceptable values nito is material dependent value and minimum value for each materials. So yung machines natin, sample ng machines natin is yung abrasion machine. Yan. Yan yung drop machines natin. environmental resistance tables, ozone resistance, and UV radiation resistance. Ayan naman, dapat no cracks or deformation, no significant deterioration naman. Okay, yung durations is 72 hours and 1,000 hours. Yan, ozone exposure chamber and UV chamber. The importance of that is the quality assurance, the safety, the reliability in various environment, support for long-term cable performance, and international standardizations. IEC standards sa panel boards natin. So, meron din tayong standard dito sa IEC. So, kung makikita natin, meron din sa mga iba before na pinag-aralan natin or we tackled. So, meron din tayo dito. IEC panel board standards. So, AA3, suit type cubicles. Yan, examples natin, panel boards or enclosure. Suit type cubicle designed for easily joining of multi-cabinet assembly. So sa atin, bihira lang tayong makakita ng mga ganitong enclosure or panel boards kasi sa atin is hindi naman malalaking mga establishment yung mga nandito. So mga bihira lang. Okay, ito yung features ng ating AA3. PI, P55 protection, high rigid to its closure profile frame and welded top and bottom, textured epoxy polyester enamel finish, 4-point locking system, and very wide range of accessories. Yung benefits, offering considerable flexibility. The combinable cubicles enables the building of complete and very rigid suits equipped with pre-drilled upright 25 mm pitch for simple mounting of a wide range of components. And the application is industrial automations and electrical distribution. So, wala naman masyadong ganito in our place. So, bihira natin makakita ng ganitong mga panel board or enclosure but later on siguro pag nasa practice na kayo marami na kayong ma-encounter na ganito. So under that standard is nasa IEC. Okay, yung AA4 naman o AAP, floor standing enclosure. Yan, monoblock steel and modular polyester cabinets. Yung applications nito is most type of industrial applications for outdoor and very corrosive environment naman yung pinaggagamitan natin ng AA4. Okay? So, features, parang ganun din. Ito rin yung mga features nito. Yung AA4 natin. Another enclosure or panel boards is yung ACM. Yan. Watertight wall mounted enclosure or IP66 protection. Yan yung mga code nito. Okay, yung feature nito is in steel, pwede in stainless or in polyester. So epoxy polyester textured finish, automatic locking system, reversible door, top or bottom cable gland plate. In stainless, made in stainless syempre, brush stainless steel finish, enclosure fully symmetrical and double bar locking system. Made from glass, reinforced polyester naman. High resistance to UV, seamless monoblock construction, top and bottom built canopy, locking system outside protected zone. So, makikita natin in 3 different materials. So, in steel, in stainless, and in polyester. So, saan mo gagamitin yan? So, nakadepende na sa project mo kung ano yung gagamitin mong material sa mga ganyan. So, yung applications is most types of industrial applications and industrial applications demanding high level of hygiene and resistance to corrosion, and particularly recommended for highly corrosive environments such as seaside, petrochemical, and tunnels. So, pwede pala yung ACP enclosure natin sa mga infrastructure buildings natin sa seasides or under the tunnel. So mga highly corrosive environment talaga. So pwede nating introduce pag for example nagka-project tayo along the seaside or malapit-lapit sa dagat natin. So yun, para anti-corrosive yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Moreva enclosure or waterproof enclosure naman. Okay, weatherproof enclosure range. Ayan naman, example of this. Okay, industrial buildings and tertiary buildings. Yung picture, andito. Resistant to operating conditions, transparent reversible door, ensuring optimum visible of devices. Nakita naman natin sa picture. Secure closing by 2 bolt latching points equipped able with key lock, indication of knockout cable entries, location of association holes, oblong openings for enclosure back, removable chassis, dovetails for insulation of terminal blocks and wiring straps. The Pragma or modular enclosure, yan naman yung makikita natin na example. Modules enclosure range. Residential buildings, ito naman ginagamit under IEC or commercial buildings. So sa atin, bihira lang tayong makita dito under residential buildings, yung mga ganyang type ng enclosure natin. Okay? So siguro pag napunta tayo under or sa ibang bansa, okay? Under sa mga country na ganito yung ginagamit is siguro ayan yung mostly natin i-install natin pag napadpad tayo sa mga country na ganun. Yan yung feature naman nito. Complete range, metal and technoplastic, enclosure suitable for 13-18 module, 63 to 125 ampere. Enclosure suitable for 24 modules naman is 125 to 160 ampere. Plain and transparent doors available as accessories for different trail. DIN position allowed to increase or reduce the pitch or gain space in depth. IEC standard for transformers. So, let's see kung meron tayong nagagamit dito sa atin na IEC standard sa mga transformers na. Power transformers, ayan. Okay, usually ito, parati natin nababanggit, nakikita natin tong mga power transformers na to sa mga substation natin, sa distribution, sa transmission, and even sa power plant, yan, makikita natin yan, mga yan. Distribution transformers, ayan, I think familiar na kayo sa mga ganito. Okay, converter transformers, ito yung malimit lang na na-encounter natin dito. Instrument transformers, yan, sa mga substations. Okay, for safety, performance, durability, and environmental impact naman yung mga transformer na yan. IEC or International Standard of Resistance for Copper. Yan, the standard establishes the values for electrical conductivity, resistivity, and temperature coefficients of copper, which are essential for designing and testing electrical conductors. So, alam naman natin, usually yung ginagamit natin is yung copper. Okay? Bihira lang na may ibang materials. Pero karamihan is yung copper yung mostly ginagamit natin. So, under IEC 60028 is yung copper natin. Yung types of copper is tinned copper wire and bare copper wire. The tinning process has little effect on the electrical conductivity, so tinned copper is nearly as conductive as bare copper. Bare copper naman offers excellent electrical conductivity due to the high purity of the copper. Yan, yung tinned copper wire natin and then yung bare copper wire. Mostly na-encounter natin dito is yung bare copper wire, no? AWG, okay, 28, AWG number, 20, yan yung mga sizes, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20, 22, 24, yan, sa diameter naman, yan yung mga diameter nito, sa area is yan, and then the resistance, ohm per kilometer, ayan, given na, and then the current is, ayan, so kung kakailanganin natin yung AWG number 20, ayan na, makikita natin dyan ay EC60028, kung ano yung diameter, yung area, yung squared, yung resistance per kilometer, and then the current for that certain AWG number. Okay, IEC 60059, the standard current ratings. It defines any standardized preferred numbers of electrical current ratings, voltage ratings, and other electrical parameters. The aim is to provide a consistent and harmonized set of values for use across various electrical and electronic devices, ensuring compatibility and reducing the need for a wide variety of different component specifications. So the preferred current ratings, for example, may include ito, 2.5, 4, 6, 10, 16, 20, 25, 32, 40, 50, 63, 80, and 100 ampere. So, kung makikita natin na yung mga bagong circuit breaker natin dito is meron na tayong nakikitang 16 ampere, 32 ampere, yan, 63 ampere. Pag naka-encounter na tayo na yan, that is under IEC 60059 na. So, yan na yung ginamit nilang standard. Okay? Pero yung mga naunang breaker natin, makikita natin yung mga ampere nila is puro, I think, divisible by 5, mga ganyan. Wala tayong butal-butal. Yan. So, makikita natin doon, yan, 20, yan, 30, 40, yan, 60, yan yung mga makikita natin sa mga hindi IEC standard. Okay? For frequencies naman, IEC 60196, the IEC standard frequencies. It provides a set of standard frequencies used in electrical measurement and testing, ensuring consistency and compatibility in various electrical and electronic applications. The standard frequencies are the frequencies to be adopted for single-phase and three-phase AC systems. This standardization is limited to frequencies up to 10,000 Hz. Okay? So, yung electric cables, calculation of the current rating, yan, IEC 60287 provides comprehensive guidelines for calculating the continuous current carrying capacity of electric cables. The standard is essential for determining how much electrical current a cable can safely carry without exceeding its temperature limits and risking damage or failure. So, maganda rin na alam natin kung ano yung current carrying, okay, yung ating wires or yung ating cables para hindi natin masobrahan or yung sakto lang yung magagamit natin. Okay? So, without exceeding its temperature limits, and it's risking damage or failure. Okay, so andito siya. Current carrying capacity in amps. Okay, number of wires and thickness of each wire. The area, dito naman sa English system natin, sa British is, yan. Dito sa SI system natin or metric system is, dito sa area niya is in mm squared. Samantala, dito sa English system natin is in inch squared. Okay? Ayan yung difference nila, yung English system natin at saka yung metric system natin. Okay? That is Table 1, current rating of copper cables at 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius natin. So, pag de-design tayo, kailangan natin ng ganito. Tignan natin kung okay pa ba yung current carrying capacity nito, something like that. Luminaires, General Requirements and Tests, IEC 60598. It applies to luminaires intended for use with electrical light sources up to 1,000 volts. This includes indoor and outdoor lighting system, portable and fixed lighting, as well as street lights, floodlights, and emergency luminaires. It requires that manufacturers clearly label luminaires with relevant information including rated voltage and power, IP rating for water and dust protection, safety symbols such as Class 1, Class 2, Class 3 for protection against electric shocks. Yan. Signs, symbols, and instructions. Square contains square, class 3, yan. Square contains 3. Mga sign natin. IEC 60909 is an international standard issued by IEC that provides guidelines for calculating short-circuit currents in three-phase AC system. So under that, meron din pala tayong guidelines for calculating SC or short-circuit currents in three-phase system, AC system. So initial short-circuit current ay SC natin. So ito yung paano natin kukunin. So yung voltage factor natin, okay, times the nominal system voltage over square root of 3 times the total impedance of the system from the fault location to the source in ohms. So, yan yung binigay ni IEC sa atin na formula to compute that initial short circuit current natin. Ayan, sa peak short circuit naman, current, okay, yan, yung nominal voltage over square root of 3 times the total impedance of the system from the fault location to the source. Same in ohms 10. Short circuit power or SSC. Okay. So, ayan, yung ating formula. Short circuit power in MVA. And then yung impedance of the system from fault location to the source. Used to determine ratings for protective devices such as circuit breakers, fuses, and relays. Helps in system design to ensure safe fault handling and provides a method for assessing the withstand capability of electrical components. IEC 60269 low voltage fuses. The fuses are used to protect electrical circuits and equipment by interrupting the current flow when it exceeds the fuse's rated value, thereby preventing damage to the electrical system. So alam naman natin kung ano ang trabaho ng ating mga fuses. Okay, so ito yung mga examples niyan na makikita natin. IEC, standard fuses natin. Lightning protection system. Okay, that is under IEC 62305. It provides comprehensive guidelines for protecting structures and systems from the effect of lightning. Ayan, makikita natin air terminals. Example of air terminals. Ayan. Makikita natin dyan sa pinaka taas na portion ng ating mga buildings. Yan. So, meron din si IEC standard ng mga ganyan. Okay? So, pati sa mga ating mga towers, so makikita din natin yung mga lightning arrester na yan. Standard IEC outlet naman. Type A. So, ito, makikita natin or familiar tayo sa mga ganitong outlet. Tinatawag pala natin yan na type A. Yung type B naman is, ayan, yung tatlong, probe. Okay? Type C. Ayan. So, sa mga residential area, baka ganito yung gamit ninyo is, yan yung standard ng IEC natin sa mga outlets natin. Type C. Type D yan. Type D. So, I think yung mga Type C, Type D na yan is bihira na ma-install dito sa atin, sa area natin dito sa Pilipinas at sa Ilocos Norte. Lalo na ito, yung Type E natin. Type F. Yan. Okay, so bihira na mag-install tayo ng mga ganyan dito na kind of outlets. Ayan, ito sa mga Type G, yung mga sa ibang Asian countries, ayan, meron akong nakikitang mga ganito na type of outlets natin, yung Type G na yan. Type H din, yan. In our country, in the Philippines, so bihira lang mga ganitong Type H natin na ginagamit. Okay? We have also Type I. Dami, no? Ng ni IEC. Type J. Meron din tatlo. Kanina dalawa. Ngayon is tatlo naman. Type J. Parang ganyan din kanina. Pero dalawa lang. Ngayon is tatlo sa Type J. Okay, Type K. Yan. Karami. Type L. Yan. Di pa ako nakakita in person ng ganito. Yung Type L na yan. Type M. Okay. Yan. Type N. Meron din Type N. Type O. Yan. So, IEC 60309-1 is plug, socket, outlets, and couplers for industrial purposes. Ayan naman. Okay? So, color code. Ano kaya ang silbi ng mga color na yan? So, ito na. Pag nakakita kayo ng ganyan is, yan yung silbi nito. So, yung rated operating voltage is from 20 to 25 volts is violet. Yan. From 40 to 50, that is white. Okay. From 100 to 130, that is yellow. Okay. Rated operating voltage, ha. From 200 to 250, blue. From 380 to 480, red. And from 500 to 690, that is black. So, yan yung kung bakit mayroong tayong nakikitang different color Yan pala yung gamit nito. Standard IEC cables. Yan, sa 3-phase, IEC 3-phase. Yan, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And then the neutral. Okay. The earth is, yan, yung mga ginagamit nila under the IEC. Single phase, line and neutral naman, ganyan. Yung color coding. Pero dito sa atin is hindi IEC standard yung ginagamit natin. Pero pag sa mga countries na IEC yung standard nila, ito yung gagamitin ninyo later on or pagdating ng panahon. Ayan, pag naging engineer na kayo. Tsaka napadpad sa mga ganyang countries. Okay? Tignan natin ito. IEC versus NEC. Okay? Sa under the NEC is US, Canada, parang ganyan. Okay, phase 1, nagbinaliktad lang. Okay, yung phase 1, phase 2, ayan. Sa kanila is, sa IEC is red-black. Dito naman sa kabila is black-red. And yung phase 3 nila is blue sa NEC. White naman dito sa IEC natin. Neutral is white talaga sa NEC. Dito sa neutral nito sa IEC is blue. Pero yung earth nila is pareho. Okay? Pati sa 227 or yung 480 volts ng ating NEC. And sa line is black and white sa NEC. Ito naman is red and blue. So that's the difference. Okay? So international standard wire sizes for IEC 60228 ay naman yung international standard size nila, wire sizes nila. 0.5 mm, 0.75, 1, 1.5, 2.5, ayan. So, palaki ng palaki yan yung mga available sa IEC natin na sizes ng ating wires. Okay? IEC 60364-5-52 or table A.52.4. Ayan, doon natin makikita yung IEC in mm squared plus yung circular mils nila and then yung amperes. So, that table makikita natin. AWG and IEC, medyo yung natin, malabo kasi maliit lang yung pagkakuha nito. Pero ayan. Grounding and bonding sa under the IEC. Siyempre, ayan. Parang meron din siyang standard regarding dito. But for me, parang parang pare-pareho lang ng standard. Mostly magkakapareho lang. Okay? About sa grounding and bonding. Grounding conductor sizes sa table 7. Okay, minimum acceptable grounding conductor sizes. So, size of circuit conductor. Ayan. Sa NEC, copper, 14, and so on. Okay? Sa minimum grounding conductor sizes naman, sa NEC and IEC, ayan. Makita naman natin dyan. Sa table na yan. And thank you. Yan lang yung IEC natin. So, different standard pa rin, IEC. At ayan, magagamit din natin yan. Or meron din tayong ginagamit dito sa atin na IEC standard. Okay, meron tayong inadapt din na mga ganyan. So, kung meron tayong gagawin under na IEC yung product natin. So, mag-refer lang tayo sa ating IEC standard. So, yun lang. Good day and thank you for listening.